Okay. There's my Spooky. There's my Cleo. Well, now, where's Magoo and Elrod? Come here, guys. Come here. We got some treats here for you. From all your fans. Well, these are from a particular fan. We'll just put a little bit out there. These are your Heartland Farms for cats Crunch Treats. And these are from Kevin. I believe he's from North Carolina. He sent these, back, I think maybe May or June. I don't remember. Thank you there, Kevin, if you're watching. Don't know if you still do or not. But as you can see, Cleo and Spooky. Oh, and now look who's there. Magoo. I see you, Magoo. Where's my crybaby? Where's my crybaby, Elrod? And where's Gracie? I saw her earlier this morning. Speedy and Crow. You know what? They tend to sleep during the day, and then they're up in the evenings. Yep. No, that's a fact though. Feral cats are like that. You know, just like big cats are. They'll hunt at night. They sure do. I think it's just part of their nature. But anyway, there's the main crew. Oh, Magoo got right in there in the middle. And that, we got Cleo there to the left. And then Spooky's to the right. It's getting hard to tell the difference. Magoo, everybody, you got stickers all in you. Everybody's worried about your paw. Yeah, you hurt your little paw. Yep. Is it doing any better? Is it doing better? Here, let me check it. I believe it is. I'm not sure if he jumped down from the roof or a tree, but it's a little tender. I actually checked the wrong paw the other day. The same day y'all noticed he's limping a little bit. But he seems to be getting better. Don't think nothing broken. But if he don't clear up, he's got to go to the vet next week. Oh, gosh, I shouldn't have said that. Slap my mouth, Cleo. Yep, they love those treats. There's another one right here, Cleo. Who's gonna get it? Spooky. Now the men are supposed to let the ladies get them. Oh, not in 2020. Okay. But there they are. Yeah, my little Magoo. Where's Elrod, Magoo? Ain't no way of telling. But we're just out today. It's a beautiful day. Just looking at some things. Got a bunch of little tomatoes here. On a little sort of tomato. You know, this one here was a volunteer that came up. I'm suspecting it's a volunteer from the park's Whopper hybrids that I planted last year. And we transplanted it over here, and it's got quite a few tomatoes on it. You know, they're not big. And yeah, I never did tie it up. Okra's pretty much finished up, and that's fine. I've had plenty. Got plenty in the freezer. Husky cherry tomatoes. They still got some on them. Some right there, as you can see. Some more back off in there. I'm just not impressed with this variety. I mean, it gives me a tomato or two. A few every week. You have to sort of save them up to get enough for a salad. They are tasty though. Yep. Oh yeah. Holly berries are starting to ripen. Yeah, they are. And the birds, they just love these things. I'll show you some more here. Now this is on the Buford holly. on the north side of the driveway. Yep. And I cut this way back in 2018 till it was cut back to where you see that little rock wall. And it has grown back out again. I mean, this stuff is relentless. And this is supposed to be the miniature type. Didn't quite work out that way. Woo, plenty of bird food though. And I cut the one down right here so I could see when I came out of the driveway. I cut it down slap even with the ground. And you can see, oh, in 2 years, this is what we got back. I swear to you, once you got it, you got it. Oh yeah, got us a little bit of clover there growing. Did you know you can eat clover? Sure can, won't hurt you a bit. You can look up the benefits of it. If you got a pile of it, you can cook it up just like greens. If you don't, just pick a little, sprinkle it over your salad for some flavoring. And my old Latanya here, yep, she's getting ready to call it for the year. Yep. Cleo, pick up those limbs I forgot right there, okay? No, you fertilizing? Okay. Yep, she is. She's fertilizing. And that, you know, if you don't walk around your yard, of course I leave a lot of mine wild for the birds, squirrels, and of course deer. You don't know what you got. And there are some people in the neighborhood and the city, they just don't appreciate the natural beauty of it all. But I do. You know, what was it this year? I got cited by the city. Yep. And they forced me to get rid of my cars. And that, which I did, which I need to do anyway. I lost a little money on that deal, but that's okay too. Honeysuckle, finally, ended its blossoms for the year. Yep, up here in what we call the bamboo forest, which is now just a native area. We got plenty of acorns. Look at all that. That's another thing, folks. Now I know these are small. Some trees put out bigger ones, and that mine put out small ones. But this is a darn good food source if you know how to process it. Just as good as any nut out there. You can make acorn flour. You can peel those, soak them in water. Now you got to soak them to get out the tannins. And you got to do that several times. Otherwise they're going to be so bitter, you're going to pucker up for all night long. And that, ain't that right, Cleo? And you don't want to do that. Once you get the tannins out of them by soaking them, you can roast them. Just like you roast peanuts. You know, I gotta come up here and clean up all the trash people throw out. As sorry folks driving down the highway. It upsets me to no end. Surely does. People have no respect for the planet, property, or other people's places. Oh, McDonald's, chip bags, It's just the way of it. And you can see there my buddies. That's Cleo right there. Magoo, which you can see. He's walking much better. Come here, Magoo. Come here, Magooster. They were so worried about you, little buddy. Yeah. And of course that's Spooky over there checking out the storm drain. Spook, get out of the road. Oh, my Magoo. Yep, got my Magoo and my Cleo, and here comes my Spooky. And I'm hoping here in the next week, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, I'll have a little Gracie, Crow, and Speedy walking with me too. And when he feels like making an appearance, Elrod too. Yeah, on extremely rare occasion, I'll have Miss Trixie, as you've seen before. She does come out on occasion. And then here's another thing, feed the birds. This is a privet, which is a invasive species here in the south. And it produces berries too. It spreads like wildfire. See, there's one right there, little blue one. Yeah, people planted them back in the day, you know, as hedges. And of course birds eat the berries. Birds fly around, seeds pop out, you know, out of the rear end aperture of the birds, and they just come up and spread like wildfire. They're extremely invasive here in the south. No, not a single honeysuckle blossom to be had. I got some more tomatoes there ripening up. We'll come back and get them later. Right now I'm just sort of wandering around the property, clearing my head. And I appreciate y'all coming with me yesterday for that drive in the countryside. I really enjoyed it. I know many of y'all didn't. You'll see a place right here which all sort of kind of wore down. That's the Kitty Krew. They love it up there in the bamboo forest. Yeah, they do. And the kittens too. I seen them all coming out of there the other morning. Looked like something off a cartoon. First one was Cleo, then Spooky, then Gracie. Pretty soon there came Crow hopping around. And then Speedy, and then of course old Magoo. He was bringing up the rear. See, they heard me in the carport opening up those cans of wet cat food. Yep. They can hear those cans click from a long way away. I don't even got to call them anymore. Sort of reminds me of when I was farming. Yep. I never had to go shake no feed bucket or anything to bring my cattle or my goats in. And that, first of all, I had a routine. I was always out at a certain time, at least within an hour window. And if you do that with animals, they sit there, watches by it, and that. Come on. Spooky, you on the wrong side of the fence in there. You can't take the shortcut. You can't see them, but there's a fence on the other side of these big old pines. And that Spooky, rather than come around, he want to take shortcut. Other than like Cleo here, which just follows Papa. Now he'll have to walk around. I'm sure he knows how. And that. But anyway, I'd go out there. Those cows would hear that pickup truck or the tractor. And all throughout the hills and hollers of my farm, here you'd start hearing them mooing and a bellering. And pretty soon you'd see them coming out of every place. Yep, didn't even have to send the dogs for them. Of course, now I had some dogs. Had me a couple of those Australian shepherds, which make excellent herd dogs, by the way. My daddy raised them. And that, and gifted me 2 of them. Now I gotta come out here later tonight and chop me off some tops, some green onions. Yep. And dice them up real lightly to go in my mashed taters I'm having with some chicken. I'm gonna throw together real quickly. That. The wild blue arboretum. Well, the blossoms are on their way to their end too. Soon they'll be drying, and as the winter progresses, they'll be dropping their seeds. Right, Cleo? Well, Spooky, somehow you got through the fence, didn't you? And where's Magoo? Was he the one whining? I see you made it, Spook. Yeah, but hopefully y'all got a little place y'all can walk. Now, I thought about today going out and going over to the Patterson log cabin. I really do like that place too. It's extremely peaceful. I have a video on it. In fact, I'm over there several times. Over 2018, 2019. Yep, it was supposedly the first home built on this side of the river. Yep. Back in, the early 1800s, if I remember correctly. And I got me some compost here that I got to wet down. Cover back up my tarp. See, the worms like it when it's dark. So you wet this all down, which I will do. And probably in the morning, not now. And I'll cover it back up and see, the worms like it. They'll come up, make it all disappear, and they'll look just like this. See right here? This is nothing but pure worm castings. It just don't get no better than that, folks. Nope. Oh, that smells so good. And that ain't a lot, because I don't have a lot. I don't generate a lot of compost. Nope, not like we did when the whole family was here. Just feed one now. And that, along with my 4 kitties and 3 kittens. And on occasion, Elrod. Oh yeah. Oh. And if I was hungry, I could even come out here and get me some of this. Munch on it and make me a fine salad. And right now, while I'm trying to think about it, I can't. So, can't remember the name right now. That's okay. I'll remember it. And if I do, before I quit video, I'll let you know. And that. And we gotta go over and pick some more peppers. Yep, sure do. And they're finishing up too. And I'm good with that. I got them in the freezer. I got them strung up and drying. I do. I got more than I'll probably eat through the winter. But I still enjoy coming out here and crunching on a lunchbox. Please don't forget about collecting your goldenrod. It's so easy to preserve too. Just snip it off, bundle it up, and hang it upside down. In the house, in the garage, in your carport or shop. It don't take much, folks. And you remember, it's quite good for you. Yep, sure is. Those lunchbox, they're just good. It's just enough to give you a boost. Oh, let me show you about holly berries. I want you to look at all these. You don't think my birds got plenty to eat? I want you to look at. There's just millions of them. Millions and millions and millions on these old Buford hollies. And these Buford hollies must be now, 15 feet or more tall. Yes, they are. Like I say, they're just loaded up. There ain't no worry about the birds starving this year. Nope, they'll be just fine. And with all this abundance, sort of why they ain't eating much of the bird seed. They got enough berries to keep their little bellies full. Now, you can't eat these holly berries. Nope, they're toxic to people. But not the birdies. Like I say, there's got to be millions here. Because these things are just loaded. So load, the leaves are, and branches are just hanging down under the weight. And somebody asked, was I done harvesting pecans? And the answer to that is no way. Nope. They're still all over the place. And I got to get out here tomorrow, the next day, and grab the rest of them up. And like I said, on that ride in the countryside, Cleo, you gonna help Papa pick up pecans? Well, we'll do that after we get done talking to the people, okay? Okay, well, you find them all and just make little piles. And that, I've just had an amazing harvest. And there's probably 1,000 or more still on the ground. And I weighed up what I had, which when I'm all done, I'm going to weigh up everything I got and do a little video just to show you. And that, the last time I weighed, what I had was like 35 pounds. That's off 3 trees. And I'm just one little old person. Yep. But I'll enjoy them, you know. Probably gonna make a pecan pie or two. Probably make some roasted pecans. Some roasted honey glazed pecans for snacking. Yep. And most likely, I'll freeze some. If I can open up any space in the freezer. But every day, I walk around the place. In the mornings, in the afternoons. And I just sort of make circles. I'm sure My neighbors look out and go, "Oh, Mr. Tom, he just wanders around in circles." Well, that's true. I sure do. Well, that fine young lady there, she slowed way down. I guess she ain't ever seen a little old man talking on his little black box. Pretty little thing she is. Of course, in all truth, all ladies are beautiful in one way or another. At least that's what my daddy taught me. My granddaddy too. Great grandpa, he just always say, well, whatever your grandmother says, that's the right thing. Great granddaddy didn't have a whole lot to say most of the time. Oh me, well, it's another beautiful day. Nice blue sky. Some wifty clouds above. And the bright sunshine. Yeah, Cleo. Cleo. You always gonna be a papa, huh? Yes, you are. I'm sure Spooky will be coming. And Magoo will be around. Oh, Magoo, he might well just sit. I'll just hang out in the bamboo forest. Magoo loves the bamboo forest. Of course, Cabby Doo did. And, nope, there comes Magoo. Come on, Magoo. Folks are worried about you. Come on over here. Come on. That was you behind the fence crying. I can hear you meow now. Come on. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Magoo. Come on. You got your tongue sticking out. You happy? Are you a happy kitty? I think there's catnip in those treats, huh? And there's catnip in your treats, huh? Oh, I love you too. So there we have it. Like I say, Spooky, he'll be up here in a minute too. So since we went out walking, you know, Cleo's got to clean up. So's Magoo. And I picked up a few stickers along the way myself. You know, I'll brush them off here. Transplant whatever seed they are. So there's not a lot going on right now. And of course, there's not a lot going on in the country. We're still in the same situation we was yesterday. And day 4. Sad as that may be. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because it will be what it will be. And I'm just one little old man here in Deep South. And that. Magoo, stick your tongue back in your face. Catnip always affects cats in different ways, I've noticed. Magoo, he enjoys catnip. He don't get crazy like Trixie does. Trixie will rub in it, roll in it. But Magoo, he goes around with his tongue hanging out. So Spooky, you remember when Spooky used to try to get close to me, he'd stick his tongue out at with me. If you don't watch some of my previous videos when I was trying to get Spooky to warm up to me, I'd get close and he'd stick that tongue out. And it was rather funny. Now the only time he does is when I give him cat treats that apparently got catnip in them too. You see, that's the only thing I can think that's in them that makes cats just love these treats to death. And that, because I read all the ingredients. I really don't see anything in there but that makes them go wild for them. And some cats don't like them. Elrod will take them or leave them. And that. The kittens, so far, They haven't thought much about it. Now, last night, and my camera's charging up, I went out. It was about 8 o'clock giving kitties a treat. And I brought out a can of Tyson white chicken breast. 16 ounces I did. And I chopped it all up and filled up their bowls with that, with some of that there tender crunchy briskies. Woo me. Gracie, Crow, oh, Speedy, Spooky, everybody showed up. And all but Elra. And they were just so happy. And once they ate that down, left a little bit left. Of course, you know old Gracie, little Gracie. She sticks right in there to the end and gets every little last morsel. And then I come on in. I figured they'd just curl up somewhere and go to bed. And that's been based on, you know, the fact that I've been watching them many a night, checking on them, that, you know, they tend to be real active at night, especially the kittens. Not so active in the daytime. Nope. So I've had to adjust my feeding a little bit later to them, closer to dark or at dark, so they get in on the meal. Otherwise, the Kitty Krew here won't leave them much, if anything. So I went on in, came back a few minutes later, and Gracie and Crow and Speedy, they were all playing around that tree again, around the Buford Holly bases. They were just having a big old time. And I went to get the camera, but battery was just a little bit too low after that ride in the countryside that we took yesterday. And like I've said, I did that for myself, but I did it for so many of y'all. It's just always been a relaxing, calming thing for me to just ride. And I don't mean ride in the city or on a freeway or interstate. And take them back roads. When I was a young man, and we started this when I was a teen, me and Ricky and Edward and Gary, you know, those were all my main bros, you know, in my close circle. David Tidwell, Steve Nance, of those. We'd go out and all pile in the car. You know, back then we had 65 and 66 Mustangs, 66 Pontiac GTOs. I think Gary Hovis had a 73 Challenger. Now my daddy wouldn't let me have a fast car, even though he's a street racer. Because he sort of figured, since I rode with him a lot of times when he street raced, you know, he did it for money. He was good at it too. And Daddy, he was one hell of a mechanic. He had extremely fast cars. He did it to win extra money. My mama hated it. But anyway, I enjoyed it. And he just knew if he let me get, you know, one of those there high performance muscle cars, I'd probably kill myself being that young. And probably would have, because I did lose some friends during high school and earlier years of my life from those cars. You know, back in the days of street racing, cruising. Oh, the drive-in diners, you know, Shoney's Big Boy, A&W. The drive-in theaters. I don't know about all y'all, but I miss all of that stuff. I miss, you know, now we got Sonic is all we got. I think A&W is making a comeback in certain areas of the country. And drive-in theaters, they're as rare as hen's teeth. Lord, I love them. Especially, we maybe go once a year, twice a year. And of course, we go on the promotion night. I think it was Fridays or Saturday nights. Maybe it was Sunday nights, can't remember. Where you could take a whole carload, everybody you could fit, and even cram in the trunk. Of course, you couldn't have anybody hanging on outside, unless you were a pickup truck. And a lot of families took station wagons for $1. Now you might say, well, that was darn cheap. Well, you got to ask yourself, back in the 50s and 60s, $1 was worth a whole lot more money, way more than what $1's worth now. Yep. Considering the very first public job I had paid 58 cents an hour. Think about that. Yes, it did. Oh. And, you know, yeah, we had minimum wage, but there were so many ways to get around that. And nobody policed it. I think even back then, minimum wage was only $1 an hour. But, like I said, nobody policed it. And there were so many loopholes, you know, unless you were a big company. I think you had to have a certain amount of employees where minimum wage even came into effect back then. Might be that way now. I don't know. But yeah, we go that drive-in. $1 carload. Now, couldn't go to the snack bar. Nope, but you know what, Mama? Mama, she'd pop up her own popcorn. Yep. She'd make up some sandwiches. Bologna, mustard, bologna, mayo. If we had it, she'd throw on a slice of cheese. Yep. On white bread. Yep. And we'd bring them too. And later on in the years, my teen years, when the family would go, and that, we had a little small cooler, one of them little metal igloo coolers. You don't see them much anymore. And Mama would buy those 2-liter Cokes at the commissary. Of course, Daddy was an officer by then, and he was making some decent money with the military. She'd bring them in ice, and some of them there Solo cups, and we'd all get, you know, half a cup of cola to have with our popcorn. No, wouldn't be no M&Ms or none of that junk in it. Just butter and salt. And you know what though? We thought we was living the life of Riley. Yes, we did. We sure did. Sitting there in our 63 Chevrolet Biscay. 4-door. Yeah, a couple years later, 65 4-door Impala. 396. My daddy loved that car. That car would get on down the highway. Yep. Yeah, he loved it as much as I loved my prototype Mustang black one that y'all always saw in the carport. That, you know, I gave away to my son. And I've talked to my son this week a couple of times. And I always mention it, don't sell the car. You keep that for as long as you can. He said, Daddy, I'll never sell it. I heard the stories of the ones you had to sell. I said, well, there may come a time in your life too, son, when, you know, your back will be up against the wall and you might have to. He says, well, Daddy, I'll starve first. But you know why he says that? Because me and that boy, we've shared many memories in that car. Yep, just like we did the other Mustangs. Just like we did in that old S10 that I won't sell. I won't sell it because it's nothing special. I sell it because it is a treasure chest of memories with my son, my daughter, and my wife. Yep. And my memory's fading, folks. Now, I know I'm 64 going on 65. But I also know I got some conditions that affect my memory that, you know, I ain't gonna go into no great detail about. I don't need no pity or sympathy. That was another reason for retiring early, for what I did. You gotta be sharp to be an engineer. Yep. Or at least I think you have to be. Especially the position I held for the entire company. At times, worldwide. Yeah. Decisions I made affected tens of thousands some nights. All across this globe. They did. And my short-term memory is escaping me. Just like my daddy's did. I hate to see that in him. But that goes under the category of it will be what it'll be. Now, don't worry about it. There are certain herbs, supplements, minerals you can take to make it better, help it out, and I do that. Some days are better, others aren't. But I think that's the way all of our lives. As you get older, folks, and if any young people are watching this, I want you to understand, we all grow old. And our lives are all gonna be different. What affects me may not affect you. And what affects you may not affect me. Yep. Genetics has a lot to do with that. Environment. Diet. All that stuff. And a combination of all of it together. And you know, after 64 plus years on the planet, you know, a lot of that water has done passed underneath that bridge. But I've lived a good life. I've done the best I could. Or at least the best I thought I could at the time. And I finally learned in life, and I wish everybody in America would learn, and everybody on this planet would learn, get up every morning and strive that day to be better than the day before. You might not make it that day. Some days you may go, you know, one of those days, you know, where you take 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Been there, done that. But if you just get up every day and say, piss on, it is the way it is, I am the way I am, unless you're a saint or perfect, in my mind, that's the wrong attitude to have. But that's my personal opinion. So y'all, I've rambled about a whole lot of things here while we've been sitting on the porch. And I wish I could hear your opinions and comments right now while I'm doing the video. But I can't. And I shouldn't have said that, because people are going to say, well, you should do it live, Mr. Tom. Well, the cameras I have, folks, they're not capable of doing lives. That's fact. The only computer I have left functioning is my desktop. My laptop, just too old. My new laptop, I gave to my daughter a year or 2 back. I can't remember when I did. Maybe it was 2 or 3. Who knows? It's a darn fine one, brand spanking new, just barely out of the box. Back then when I was working, I always tried to keep, you know, spare things around, spare computer, pretty much spare everything. And I thought I had my bases covered for retirement, but you know what? Sometimes you don't. But I think I'm a wealthy man. Got me a little piece of ground here in South Alabama on the edge of a little small town. Pretty moderate climate, plenty of water, plenty of space for me. I'm just one little man can only take care of so much. I got a little small house, but what's one man need? I got the companionship of my little furry friends, you know, Miss Tricks, Magoo, Cleo. Magoo's right here beside me. Ain't you, Magoo? You my buddy. You my buddy. Yes, you are. Don't shake your head. Or I'll scratch them ears some more. Come on. Come here. Come here. But I got spooky. Occasionally Elrod shows up. Of course, I'll know it because he'll be whining and crying all the way up the neighborhood. And pretty soon, I'm thinking Gracie and Crow and Speedy be along for the ride too. Now I'm gonna tell you one day, y'all gonna have to put up with the fact that Trixie's gonna have to come along one of our rides in the countryside. She likes that. And she likes to sit up on the dash on the Focus. And Magoo likes to ride. Now Magoo likes to look out my driver's side window. And one day, they're gonna jump in the car, I just know it. And they're not gonna get out. And they're not gonna give up their space. And I'm gonna tell you what, Cleo might come too. Elrod, no. And the Kitty Krew, no. I don't think they're up for taking a ride right now. And I got to get them back for some more shots. Beck called, and I told them, Magoo, you talking to Papa? You want to come in when I go in? Huh? You do. You think you're gonna get something special, don't you? Well, I got to give you your flea treatment anyway, so if I open up the screen door and we go in, you can go in too. How about that? Is that okay, little buddy? I'm glad you're not limping so bad today. Papa loves you. You can hear his little meows. He's one loving cat. You know, I switch gears, go low on the cats, and I forget my whole train of thought. That's what I mean about that short-term memory. Yeah, so sometimes the videos I make are sort of broken up, splotchy. But I ain't gonna do them over. There's no take two. I don't do take twos or take threes. Well, I just get, oh, we were talking about lives. Live stream. And another reason. People always get butt hurt during live streams, you know, because comments start going by just, ooh, and then their question don't get answered, or they don't get called out. Then they get butt hurt. Then the moderator's got to take them out. You know, I've seen that happen time and time and time and time again on others' live streams. And I don't show up to many. A few I show up to on occasion, like Prepper Nurse 1. Alaska Prepper, I'll be there. You may not know I'm there a lot of times because I'll be sitting there. And the notification will come up and I'll turn the volume up and I'll go in and be working in the kitchen. I'll be listening to Rudy and that. Others I show up on. Sometimes you don't see me at all. Deep South Homestead. Yep. Oh, there's other ones. I'll show up on. Not very many. Nope. And if I am there, yep, watching those comments zip by, trying to keep track of them, just make my eyes hurt sometimes. And that, so will I ever do live streams? Nah, probably not. And I hear what other YouTubers say, you know, it's more engaging, it allows you to interact with the people more. Well, I interact enough. The fact that I do videos, and I'm sure y'all can look behind me and see who's there. Let's see if she wants to come out. This should be Rich, okay? Trix, you want to come out? Come on. Trix. Why are you going to be that way? The standoff. Trixie. Well, if you come out with Papa, he'll go on in. Oh yeah, and eat all your food. What, Magoo? Is she taking up, blocking you? What do you say, Trix? Huh? What do you say? You ain't giving up? Uh-oh. We got Cleo coming up to back up. Now what you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do now? You know, Papa ain't gonna let them hurt you, precious. And if you just calm down, they just walk right on by you. Okay? And if they ate all the food you got, Papa'll give you more, wouldn't he? Okay, well, Papa will be in a minute, okay? I know that's what you want. So, yep. As you can see, Magoo, he's ready to go in. Cleo come too, but Trixie, she ain't having no part of it. Not without starting World War V. Right, Magoo? Sometimes I pick Magoo up and bring him on in anyway. Now, he may try to make it. He thinks Trixie's backed off. Nope. There she is. She's still in there, Magoo. Oh. You gonna go? He's going for it. Okay, Cleo. Yep. Got the male person right there. Okay. Well, as you can see, my postal lady dropped me off 2 packages. And this one broke open. But I think it's yep, Purina. I think that's some Kit and Caboodle. Yep. That's another one of Trixie's favorites. Kit and Caboodle. Not sure what's in this one. I only remember ordering the Kit and Caboodle. Come on, Magoo. Come on. You didn't like what Trixie had? Yeah. She's guarding it, wasn't she? She was. Look at that tail. Well, as you can see, that's the way it goes here on the old home place. Friday. I think it's what? November the 6th? Yep. And I hope this video finds y'all all safe, well, and happy with your friends, family, and loved ones, wherever you may be in our great country and our planet. Yep. And I want y'all to take care out there. Stay safe. And God bless each and every one of you, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. Till I am Trixie, Magoo, Cleo, and Spooky, Gracie, Speedy, and Crow, and on occasion Elrod. See you on the next video. Goodbye for now. Okay, guys. Yep, I got a glove up, and I gotta get this inside. Magoo, you like the Kit and Caboodle too, so I'll bring out the utility knife. We'll cut this box open. You bring in one bag, and I'll bring in one bag. What do you say, bro? Good deal? Let me go in and deal with Trixie. Okay? Trix, what's wrong? Oh, look who's behind you. Look who's behind you. Magoo's behind you. Did you see that? He snuck in when I came in. No. Well, he's there. How'd you get that can? You got that can out of the garbage, didn't you? Oh, you're a mess. Magoo, you standing your ground, ain't you, buddy? Trixie. He loves you. You just cut him some slack, okay? No. Why no? Yeah, I see your tail. What do you want? If I give you some treats and give him some too at the same time, we'll be okay? Okay. Let me put this camera down and get on with it. Come on, Magoo. Yeah, check it out. See, she just got some dry food, buddy. She came in and ate all of hers. Trix. Be civilized. Remember, let's all live free and live in peace. Okay? And remember, he's 1/10 of your age. You know, he ain't ever lifted a paw to you. And look how you do. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be the mommy kitty. Or I guess you'd be the grandmommy kitty. Yeah. You'd be the grandma to Magoo, Cleo, and Spooky. And you'd be the great-grandma to Gracie, Crow, and Speedy. Okay? No? Okay. Later, all.